Hey. Yeah. Hey. Get the fuck up out my face. Money tucked inside the safe. If you ask me what I want, what you brought me in the case. Dodging ops, getting guap. Get the fuck up out my way. I'm forever on the race till they catch me in the chase. Get the fuck up out my face. Money tucked inside the safe.
What's up, guys? So we are about to get ready to head out to North Carolina. We're going to be at Rockingham this weekend. We're going to be there running prenup on small tires again. We took a loss in the finals at our last race. We're going to try to recoup that and try to win the whole entire event this weekend. So as you can see, the trailer is loaded up behind the mini Pete. The Pete has been serviced. The generator has been serviced. Prenup has been serviced. Everything is ready to go to take on North Carolina this weekend. So if you have nothing to do, come out to Rockingham Dragway, come hang out with us, come buy some merch, and come just have some fun. But in today's video, we are going to be letting everybody know, because I've been hearing it in the comment section, I've been reading it in the comment section, I've been hearing it at the racetrack. Do we still have the Pro Mod? Are you ever going to race the Pro Mod again? We ran the Pro Mod one time at the beginning of the year. Did not do too good. We went 373, but I do feel that I have the application. I do feel like I have the team that can go out there and go against the higher elites in Pro Mod class. So that's what this video is basically going to be about, is it telling you, yes, I still own the Pro Mod. Go ahead and look at that real quick. It's still here. It's inside the Swan Gang compound. But next week, it is getting loaded up to head up to Wizard Race Cars. There is some things that we are going to do to it. There's some things that we need to change on it to get ready, because there is a Pro Mod event at the end of the year after NPK. We've had this little break. We've been playing around with the radio world, but now it's time to get geared back up to head out west. Washington's the first race for Street Outlaw No Prep Kings back half of the season. We are sitting 5th in points right now. Pretty good. We were first, we backed up to second. This last race really kind of hurt us, but the good thing about it is we are really only 3 rounds away from securing first place again. So we're still pretty tight. That's how tight it is from number 1 to number 5. Number 6, I believe, is like 60 points behind me. So we have a little wiggle room right there, but we don't want to play with that. We want to try to get back up to that number 1 spot. How things are going this year is now they have a no prep elite. The best way I can explain it is it's kind of like college basketball or college football. At the end of the year, after you run your season, you get put into a special bracket and you will race, you will run, you will play games, however you wanted to put it. But on our deal, we will race to the championship. So our last race is actually Michigan. So that gives us Washington, Idaho, Las Vegas, and Michigan. There's 4 races left to secure your spot in the top 16. That's where No Prep Elite comes in. No Prep Elite, after Michigan, will take on Rockingham, North Carolina. It will then take on Tulsa, Oklahoma. It will take on Steele, Alabama, and then it will take on Ennis, Texas. Those last 4 events, the top 16 drivers in the class will race for the championship for $150,000. That's a lot of money on the line, don't you think, Powder?
Yeah,
it's a lot of money.
Dollars.
Yeah, it's a lot of money on the line. So our goal is to, 1, finish up towards the top of the field. I would like to finish off the regular season as number 1. I need to secure my spot into that 16-car field and then take on those last 4 races for the championship. The first race will be a normal race. The second race in Tulsa, Oklahoma is a points-and-a-half race. The third race at Steele, Alabama is a points-and-a-half race. And the last race in Ennis, Texas is double points. So even the people that are 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, they can go all the way to the end of the year and have a great last couple races and come back and win everything. Last year, we fell all the way back to 24th place in points. It was horrible. We won the last race, which was double points. It put me all the way back down to 8th in 1 race. So the good thing about it is Those double points, those points and a half, they can either hurt you or they can help you. So that's what we're gonna get geared up for, is heading back out west to get ready with that. This car, after NPK, we will then come back putting it together, and we will take on the Pro Mod class and also Radial versus the World. I am getting a different rear end to be able to put in the car. I'm getting a different set of wheels. Shout out to RC Components. They've been a hell of a sponsor of ours. They've been a great people to be able to be sponsored with. You know, I've got to meet a lot of them. I've got to check out all their stuff, and I will not run another wheel on the market. RC Comp is going on the new Mustang that we have at Wizard Race Cars. Y'all will get to see that here in the next couple weeks. We are building a 1967 Mustang. It'll have RC component wheels around the whole entire deal. This car here has RC component wheels around the whole entire car, but we are going to get a radial set up because there is some big money races coming up in Radial versus the World. The reason why we are sending the car up to Wizard Race Cars, first thing that sticks out like a sore thumb is this piece right here. When we bought this car was set up for a roots blower and also got it converted over to a screw blower. Well, with a screw blower, if you can see right here, this is a mid plate. Well, with this mid plate, the back of the screw blower on a screw blower does not go past the mid plate. On a roots blower, it is a lot longer, so they have to make that room to be able to have clearance for the roots blower. Problem is, I don't run none of the roots blower stuff. I run all screw blowers. And with that being said, this thing is just in the way. It is a big box that is in the vision of the driver. Me being the driver, it is hard to see over it. I was able to adapt that first race, but we're gonna make it a lot better. So we are basically going to be eliminating this piece. Jason at Wizard will have to redo the firewall up here at this place, put a new windshield in, get everything. We will have a little pocket back here just to be able to get behind the screw blower, but nothing with this gratitude right here. So that is one thing that we are going to be doing. The next thing that we are going to be doing is we are getting a Liberty, guys. We are getting a Liberty 5-speed. In the Pro Mod class, I do feel that the Liberty 5-speed is the fastest way to go with a screw blower in that class. I was able to do some wheeling and dealing. I was able to trade out one of my Turbo 400s for a Liberty setup lockup. Y'all remember when we ran the Liberty 5-speed lockup behind the Pro Charger? I never got to run one behind the screw blower. Now we're gonna have the chance to do that. So Jason's gonna have to make us a mount. Go ahead and go on that side, Powder, real quick, and open up that door so I can kind of explain to everybody inside here. Little malfunction there. It's okay. It's his first time, guys. So we have our drive shaft tunnel and stuff in here. Everything in here is built for a Turbo 400. We want to try to use the same stuff. It's just going to have to be pushed back. If we want to use a 400 or a Liberty, we will be able to. The new car, the 67 Mustang, we have not came up with a name for it yet. It will be able to handle a Turbo 400 or a Liberty 5-speed with a quick drive setup on it. So I'm going to get it all geared up. But I want to get the Liberty put in this car. We're going to have to remake a tranny mount, which is this piece down here that bolts on the bottom of the transmission. It allows us to be able to take the tranny and stuff in and out throughout the bottom of the car. A lot of the stuff in here is going to get remodeled. So whenever you see this again, we'll kind of show you all the steps through it. But the inside here will be getting set up for a Liberty. The other thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be giving myself a little bit more feet room. It is a little tight inside here for a heavier set driver, but for a taller driver. The guy that used to drive this car, I think was like 5'5", 5'6". I'm 6'1", so it does make it a little bit tight to get in the cars. Todd got to sit in his Lexus for the first time, and he told us, he's like, man, it's tight in here. I said, no. Go sit inside that Pro Mod and you'll get to see what tight is. The Lexus car is so big compared to anything else. Prenup is huge compared to Bad Blood. But I've drove a lot of cars. I've had to adapt. I've always been a heavier driver, so I have to be able to fit in there, and I always make sure I can get in and out of the cars with all my stuff on. So I do fit in this car, but there is some things that I want to change. I want to change that deal for the windshield. I want to adjust the pedals a little bit. I want to put a Liberty set in here. And then, like I said, we're going to get a new rear end and we're going to put some radials on this. We are going to run the Pro Mod class like we did. Hopefully we can do better than what we did. We only went 373. This car, this combo is capable way faster than that. But we had a messed up weekend. We hurt a lot of parts. Hopefully we don't go down that road again. I think our program has gotten better. I think the people that is affiliated with us, I think the fans that have stuck with us and the ones that we have grown are 100 times better. And that's the reason why we are going to give it another shot. We are going to take this car, blood money, and we are going to run the Pro Mod class, and we are also going to run some Radial versus the World. We are trying to get geared up. Me and Todd Falone Racing here with Swan Gang are trying to get geared up for all types of classes. Pro Mod, Radial versus the World, Pro 275, No Time 275. We are turning the boards on with Todd's car, Lucille. We are trying to purchase another. I found a car that I'm wanting to get. It's a more relatable car. These cars are very fast, cost a lot of money. Todd's car, Lucille, is a relatable car. It is a car that your average person can go out there and buy. Your average person can go race it and have fun. I had a blast running Todd's car over there. I told him I want to get in the driver's seat. I want to play around with it. So I do have my eyes on a small block Ford Pro Charger setup. I'm trying to get that, and if I do, it's just going to be another car that we bring to the channel. It's another thing we're going to be able to start shooting content with, because at the end of the day, we are trying to bring more content to y'all. With these cars here, yes, they're fun, but they take a lot of work, man. They take a lot of people to run this car. You know, you see our crew, you got to have 3 or 4 guys. You got to have the semi-rig. You got to have everything in it to be able to run at this level, which is fine. I like it, but there's sometimes I just want to relax and have fun, and that's where the other cars are going to come in. We get to post times on it. We get to show the progress with it. We're going to get to change some parts out and see what does better, what's faster, what's not, and just keep pushing along with it, along with running these cars and running this class, running prenups. So we're trying to branch out to do more stuff. Y'all drop a comment down below if you think that is a good idea for moving forward with Swan Gang and Justin Swanstrom Racing. All right, Powder, come over here real quick. So we're gonna come over here. Guys, we're trying to get a little bit more organized in the shop. This is the rear end out of prenup. This is the big tire rear end. It has another rear end for it with the small tire setup. This rear end right here, this strange housing, it is brand new. It's a little dirty right now. We will clean it up. But the good thing about the strange housing is these pieces down here, if you look right here, these unbolt and you can actually extend them. That was set up inside Bad Blood, the Camaro for MPK. Well, we then upgraded and moved on to an 11-inch housing from Marty Marilat. Same kind of a similar housing that's in this car. This is the Andy McCoy 11-inch, but with the Pro Mod setup, with the bigger tires, those gears tend to take more punishment and be okay. We were breaking a lot of gears. Shout out to Quick Performance that has helped us out tremendously throughout the years and continues to help us out even with our radial setup. But the big tires and the weights that we run at are very hard on the higher up gears. Your 486s, your 50s, 513s, 529s, your 543s. The higher you go up, the weaker the gear gets. So they came out with this 11-inch billet setup that does work a lot better. I bought it at the beginning of the year. It's in Bad Blood, and that's what we run inside here whenever we're running on big tires. When we go to run small tires, we are going to be able to put this housing in. We'll have to build 4-link bars. We'll have to build anti-roll links and get everything to put in there. The good thing about it is that bolt pattern on that wheel is different from anything that we run. That is a 5 on 5.5 bolt pattern, where the stuff that I run on my Camaro, prenup, Todd's car, everything that I've ran throughout the years is a 5 on 5 bolt pattern. What that means is you cannot take that wheel and go put it on prenup. You couldn't take that wheel and go put it on Bad Blood, vice versa. So those wheels are married to that rear end that goes in that car. But when we swap over to small tires, I do have small tire radial wheels that are 5-on-5 bolt pattern. Same thing that is in prenup. We will be able to use this rear end, extend that to get it to the length that we need to be able to put the wheels on it so that it doesn't look dumb inside the car. You see a lot of those cars out there where the wheels are sucked in real hard. It's because they did not do the right thing and not get the rear end made to the car or get the wheels made towards the rear end to the car. So we're gonna go ahead and spend a little bit of money, get it right, and be able to have it set up to where all we have to do is just swap out a package and put a full package in. With the big tires, we run Penske shocks. We've been running them on Bad Blood, been running them on prenup last year. They tend to work better on the big tire, no prep, Pro Mod setup. On a radial setup, which is what we got under prenup inside the trailer, we run a Mincer shock. It's a little bit valved, a little bit different. It's, you know, set up for a radial small tire deal. So when we swap this car over to radials for Radial vs. the World, we will put a Mincer shock in there. We will get it all set up and it'll be an easy, smooth process. We'll keep all the data wrote down. We are getting better. I'm getting better with setups on the car. I'm getting better with keeping the information and logging the stuff so we can swap back and forth. We have a notebook and everything wrote down to where we can swap the cars around, move them around, do what we need to do, and we can go back to our original settings. That's the worst thing ever, is when you move a car and then you can't go back to what was working. You always want to try something. Or if you just move a car because you took a rear end out and put it back in, if you can't go back to what it was, you got to start from scratch and start all over. And we don't want to do that. So I've gotten a lot better with taking notes and getting everything ready. And you know, the guys have gotten a lot better with when they're taking stuff out, pull measurements, look at everything, get everything ready how it needs to be. But as you can see, we will have both setups for this car. We will have both setups for prenup when we go run this end of the year. And we're gonna have multiple setups for Sir Vincent, which is Todd's car. My goal at the end of the year, we have Snowbirds, US Nationals, over here they have a Pro Mod race in Orlando, World Street Nationals. I couldn't come up with a name for it real quick. But my goal is to run 3 cars there. Maybe one in Pro Mod, Pro 275, and Radial vs. the World, or Pro Mod, Pro 275, no time class, or Radial vs. the World, Pro 275, no time class. Prenup is our official no time car. That is the car that we will post. Nobody will see the times on it. We will be racing it. We will be having fun with it, and we will be grudge racing, trying to collect money throughout the year. Pro Mod right here, Blood Money, will be running the Pro Mod class or RVW. Todd Sir Vincent will be getting entered into either MPK, whenever we're running it, or Pro 275. And then we will have Bad Blood, and we haven't came up with a name yet for the 1967 Mustang that Wizard's starting. Yes, you'll be able to put those cars on radials if we want to in the future. But right now, they are going to be our MPK cars. They are going to be the ones that we're going to run. Todd will run Sir Vincent next year in MPK. Good thing about it is, like I said, we'll have multiple rear ends. We'll be able to swap it out when we want to. But I will run the new Mustang. Todd will run the Lexus. And we will keep Bad Blood, the Camaro, as a backup car between both of us. We have a couple new Noonan motors showing up. We got some new transmissions from Mark Mickey. We got a new Liberty setup coming. We just bought another blower. Shout out to Jim Howe Motorsports for selling me the blower off the top of John Odom's car. So, got the blower, brother. Can't even go fire his car up now, can he, Powder?
Let's go, brother.
Can't even go fire. I was being petty that day, but I seen the post. He said, hey, man, I think about selling the blower. I said, let me buy it.
Put it up in there.
Dude's going to be out there trying to fire it up with nothing on top. So that's just me being petty, guys. He still owes me money. Yeah, so I just wanted to give a quick update of what we got going on. This car, after we race this weekend at Prenup, we will come back here. We're going to unload. We're going to get everything situated. And then we got to take this car, the trailer, everything up to Wizard in Louisiana. I should be getting my big rig back by then because we had the generator issue. I also had a turbo go out on the Volvo. So we had to get everything situated and paid for. We would get everything back on Bad Blood, ready to go, and then we're gonna go do some testing before we head out to Washington. Run our little circuit, and then at the end, we'll pick back up with Blood Money, and we'll get her put together to start running some races down here in Florida. By then, it'll be a little cooled down. It's hot out here right now. It's muggy. Here, Powder's sweating behind the camera right now. I can see the sweat dripping off your elbows. But it's muggy here in Florida, boys. So, yeah, I just wanted to give y'all a quick little update. Thank y'all for following the channel, man. Thank y'all for dropping a comment, throwing a like out there. We got some big plans happening for the channel. We got some stuff that we are going to be bringing out. We are also going to be partnering up with some people that's gonna help us to be able to get some more stuff for the channel to bring y'all more content. So if you ever have a suggestion, I do read all the comments. I try to respond to everybody. So if you do have something, drop it down below. Let us know. I promise you, we take it. I don't care about, you know, constructive criticism. We are good with that. If there's something that we can do to be better, let us know. So if you haven't done already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn that bell notification on, and I will see y'all at the next one.